Welcome to the Footy Show here on Patreon. Me and Ped discussing everything non-Everton. Absolutely great. Love it. Actually, no, it's a good week. We can discuss Everton this week. We might actually discuss the Everton manager's job on this. Amazing. Anyway, let's start with... We might not. Let's start with...
We've got plenty of other things.
I'm joking. I'm not. Let's start with Manchester United. Since Alex Ferguson's retired, they spent £630 million on players. Because I'm linking this back into Everton to see how much it'd take for us to win the Premier League.
That's 8 players.
That's just nothing. You can't win the league. But that isn't really the story. The story is Jose Mourinho allegedly being unhappy at Old Trafford. There's a lot of undercurrents now that basically he's got a cob on because he's realised he can't get the better of Pep Guardiola. And he's been making overtures towards PSG, which I said this to you the other week. He was talking about the interesting project in Paris. Now, Paris is a club that is close to your heart.
Yeah, it is,
Well, you love Paris, the city, don't you? And you spoke about Paris.
I liked Paris before they were rich.
No, I know. I remember doing this on the radio years ago, and you were talking about the potential of that area with the club, because it essentially is the only footy club, isn't it? I think, what do you say, 10 million people?
10 million people.
So they're obviously a club awash with money.
Yeah,
They've got Neymar and Cavani and players like this. If Mourinho went there, he'd piss that French league. So
well, the league wouldn't even be an interest, would
exactly. But what I mean
he'd probably just like leave the league to one of his coaches.
But with all that money, and with obviously, because the league, I would say, is obviously much less demanding, he could put all his eggs in the Champions League basket. And it makes sense, doesn't it?
The old Champions League basket.
The basket, it's like a golden.
It is
big golden egg one.
No, he'd piss it, wouldn't he? Let's be honest. I think his problems at Man United are that for a long time he's been used to having, well, he's not all the best players, but I think he's been used to getting what he wants, and when he doesn't get what he wants, that's when he tends to fall out. That's when he fell out with Chelsea the first time. That's when he fell out with Real Madrid. The thing is, though, he doesn't always need the best. We've seen that. We've seen his Porto side. We've seen his Inter Milan side that won the Champions League. It wasn't the best team, but I think the difference with that was, certainly Inter Milan, he knew the project when he went into it. He knew he wouldn't have all the money. I mean, he had money, but he just didn't have all the money. And he worked wonders. But he
could have like Sammy Eto'o players.
But he only got Eto'o, though. Don't forget, he only got Eto'o because of Zlatan.
Zlatan
he had to give something. It was at and he played him on the left.
I know, but it worked.
No, it worked. It worked perfectly.
It worked. But yeah,
I don't know. I think Man United's not the brand it was in terms of attracting players. And certainly when you've got Man City in the same city, I mean, the football Man City play or are playing is just unbelievable. I mean, yes, it's still November and a lot of things can happen, but it does seem like a well-oiled machine there now. Whereas Man United doesn't seem the same. We said at the beginning of the season they would heavily rely on Lukaku, and they have, because now he stopped scoring. They're not winning games, or not winning as many games. So I can understand why he's... And Paris Saint-Germain, I've said that for me now, it's one of the most attractive jobs in the world, and one of the most attractive football clubs in the world for sponsors, and for the reasons you just mentioned. They have got a catchment area like no other. 10 million people, they reckon, and that will just spider out. That'll just spider this web out, because I mean, listen, I was in Lyon last week, and I seen kids and adults wearing Paris Saint-Germain tops. And Paris Saint-Germain, France is one of those places as well where you obviously get a lot of people come from overseas to live there. Whatever you want to call them, you know. I know what you mean. Immigrants or whatever, you know what I mean.
I know what you mean.
But they're all football mad, aren't they? People from the Middle East or whatever, or a lot of African.
Diverse, we'll say.
Yeah, well, no, you can say how it is. A lot of African people go to France. Lot go to Paris. The first thing they're going to jump on, they all love football or football mad, and the first thing they're going to go, who's the best team? Because let's be honest, that's what you're going to do. If you're having a shitty time in your own life, you're going to go, let's make life easier for me. Let's just support the best team. So they're all going to jump on the Paris Saint-Germain bandwagon. That's going to get them loads more fans. They're really good how they do things abroad. If you look at like the Twitter accounts, they've got like a Twitter account for every language. They're brilliant at it. They are a proper global brand now, And why wouldn't that attract them? Because, like you just said, he would just go, here's the team for the league, here's the team for the Champions League. And we've seen it already this season. They're playing, like, let's say they play Friday night and the game's on a Tuesday for the Champions League. Neymar's not getting played. Or, you know, they've got so many good players. Draxler can't get in the team, but then he'll come in for a game when they want to leave Neymar out. They're getting that kind of squad. And the Neymar signing was the thing that just made everyone go, fucking hell, these mean business.
And then Mbappe.
Well, Mbappe's been sort of like, Mbappe? Whereas he was getting sort of about just a hot ticket for all summer. They got Neymar, everyone went, fucking hell, these mean business. But I do think that if a Mourinho kind of manager would be, I mean, I'm not saying there's a problem with the manager they've got now, because I think he's great, and I wanted him at Everton. But having him for the club would make perfect sense, because for them that would just take them up another level, where everyone would actually go, well, they do mean business now, because they're buying the players and they've also got a manager to match, and he's a global name himself. And I think
and let's be honest, he guarantees success, doesn't he? Whether it's I mean, last year Manchester United weren't great. They had that 27 game unbeaten run, the end of the season with 2 trophies. So whatever you think of them, you won stuff. You wouldn't back against them this season. Okay, maybe not the Premier League, but winning an FA Cup and taking them far in the Champions League just because of the way he is in one-off games or cup ties. He's brilliant at, isn't he? I think if he went there and he could win the league and be the best in that division, so he's got no real threat from anywhere else. Monaco might push him and teams like that, but in general, PSG should win the league. So he's got that straight off. He's the best in that country. Yeah. It can then put all his eggs in the basket that the PSG owners really want, which is the Champions League.
Yeah, but at the same time, what I would say is that they've got enough money and they can attract the potential stars that actually it shouldn't matter if the French league is not as good as the Premier League. What I would say about
it just meant for him, because
no, I know, but
the best of the best.
But what I would say about the French league is that how is it any different from the Spanish league? You know, you've got 2 teams. Monaco are doing really well. They've got a slightly different model, but it works the same. And then you've got a few teams under that, and it's a hard physical league. But in terms of how you can leave players on the bench and prepare for games, it's no different from the Spanish league. Just that the Spanish league's got like 2 of the best in the world. Whereas the French league just comes underneath that. But that for him shouldn't be an issue anyway. You know, if he wants to be seen as the best, he wants. He want the weekends to be quite tough, competitive to go into the Champions League.
Can you see a situation where he would leave Manchester United in the summer?
Of course,
easily.
Literally, absolutely, no issues whatsoever. I don't see. Might be this summer. It might be this, like say, the summer after. Okay. But I don't see any problems. I think Paris Saint-Germain so far this year in the Champions League have look very good. They look very, very good. They're just dismantling teams to be Bayern Munich. They look very, very good. They look like they've got the tools this year to what they did now. Obviously Neymar, and they just look class. And they've got a striker who scores goals as well. Got a good defence. They're a very, very good side, and he'll understand the potential of that and the brand in it as well. So I could see that happening. Maybe not this summer, but the summer after.
Yeah, very interesting. Just quickly on Lukaku, just because you mentioned him there, he's still getting a little bit of stick at the moment. We obviously know what he does and his cycles in which he does it. But there was a graphic up about, you know, because he'd given an interview last week and basically he did have a dig at Everton, as well as saying that the club that nurtured me and all that. He did say we didn't play to win and I never got any chances. And a graphic's gone up now of his chances in a Manchester United thing, and basically had more chances with Everton than he's had with Manchester United. Yeah. Which is mad, isn't it? Because you wouldn't expect, although you kind of would with Mourinho, because he thought. What do you think in fact it's more Mourinho, I suppose. What do you think of his tactics since he's gone into United when he's playing against those bigger sides? Because he's got the tools.
They're exactly the same as what they've always been. Negative.
It's mad, isn't it?
He doesn't set up to win against sides near him, because he knows that
if he doesn't
lose, he can pick up points elsewhere, and that's guarantees. But the Chelsea game proved that's not always the way to go. Sometimes you've got to stick your chest out, haven't you? And
and ultimately that will probably cost them, because City don't play like that, do they?
No, but I think he probably thinks, or he probably thought, that Man City would, and it still could happen.
Yeah.
That Man City will give points up because they leave themselves so open that they will. Don't forget, the City team is an absolute replica of the Barcelona team. It just doesn't have those players. So he probably thinks they will give
at some stage.
They will leave themselves open, and it only takes them losing 2 games.
Yeah, in the back, United.
And Man United are back in it. And that's the way he's obviously looked at it. So I don't know if that'll happen, but you know,
that's the way it is.
That's.
And I suppose if United finish, say 2nd or 3rd, well, they was 5th last season, weren't they, or 6th, 5th, weren't they? So that's progress, isn't it? Back in those places. So just Manchester City talked about how fantastic they are, and they are. They're a joy to watch at the moment. He went in last season and he started off well, then he got a cob on because it wasn't easy for him, and then he picked it back up. But like you said, everyone seems to know the message now, and I watched them in Napoli last week, and oh my God, they were absolutely unreal. Yeah.
And I think the biggest example of it is John Stones. He's the biggest example of it. Last season,
all over the place.
He was all over the place. Looked like he couldn't defend. All his passes were going astray. He was causing trouble for his own team. This season, he just looks unbelievable. Looks like the Rolls Royce.
Otamendi looks good though this year, and he was grim.
I think it's all just clicked. It's as simple as that.
Do you think it's because the fullbacks take so much pressure off them now that they've got class? They've got class.
Really what they've done is they've just gone, and this is what money allows you to do. In the summer, he just went, right, what do we need? We need fullbacks. Who don't? But the biggest thing was, who don't we need? And everyone just went out the door. It was just like bye. Everyone went out the door. Kept what he needed. Got a new goalie, which was a big thing. But the strange thing was, I thought he would have bought a centre back and he didn't. And that was the strange thing. That's what he looked like he needed, but he didn't. He got
it looked like they were going to get Johnny Evans at one stage.
Well, they were trying, weren't they? They were trying. So obviously they thought they just needed a little bit more.
Else,
Full backs. The kid in front of the back four looks like he's doing his job as well. Fernandinho, he looks like he's been rejuvenated. John Stones looks like the player we all thought he was going to be. To be honest, he looks fantastic this season. Can't say enough about how good he's playing this season. And it's no one annoys me more about that. It's like he said, or what other people said. It was like, and it's the same with Lukaku. It was like Everton was the little sort of place for him to learn out of all the mistakes.
That's what's gone on happen, isn't it?
No. And then Kevin De Bruyne.
Sterling's the top
scoring goals left, right and centre.
Aguero. Go through them. Jesus. Bernardo Silva, he's brilliant.
Both Silvers.
David Silva.
Fantastic.
Sane.
Frightening.
And them on FIFA.
It's a legacy. It's a legacy. That could be a legacy.
Because he's putting things.
They're all pretty young.
They are
all pretty young, and all the older players can be swapped out. It's a legacy that if he wants to be a legacy, could be dominant for years.
So take it over. Man City just signed a £10 million deal with Amazon for a behind the scenes documentary that'll be shown in more than 200 countries. Considering 15 years ago what they were playing York in,
they were getting different kind of documentaries.
They were, and playing York City.
But you know what though, this is what I think. I've always thought. Never really had a problem with the way Man City have done it. I know other people have, but I've never really had a way. If you go to the ground and you look at it and you see the campus, it's unbelievable. They've done it in the right way. They really have. And I know money allows you to do things in the right way, but money also allows you to spectacularly make a mess of things. And they haven't. They've done things really, really well. They've put really good roots down. They're trying to bring young lads through. They're trying to get the best talent as well. There's a real ethos to what they're doing. I believe yesterday they had record turnover financially, so that's working. They've got like the Nike deal. They've got the sponsors a little bit more.
I was laughing though. It said record turnover 437. I was like, oh my God, these are amazing. They just print money with a profit of 1.7 million. It's like, what?
Yeah, well,
unbelievable.
The money they spend, having any kind of profit. No, and this comes, and then what this shows you is that people want to see what's going on behind the scenes, and that's a real good indicator of where the football club. There's a real interest in what's happening. I remember around the time of like '99 and around that 2000, 2001, there was a couple of Man United documentaries, and I watched them and I really enjoyed them because it's nice to see behind the scenes of what goes on at a football club.
Something that's a bit different.
Humanising players, and they were really good. I know Liverpool had one a couple of years ago on Channel 5 or whatever. It was basically the thing that absolutely destroyed Brendan Rodgers. But they are interesting. It gives you an insight to what goes on, the personalities, who's a dickhead, who's sound, who you never thought was going to be sound.
Yeah.
To be honest, it's a weird thing that I don't understand why a lot of clubs don't do this in-house. I'd love Everton to do something like that, like an in-house documentary about them. I mean, maybe I don't know. But it would be interesting, and I know, to be fair, Everton have tried little things like this on YouTube, like the stuff in the tunnels and all that.
But you've got to do it consistent.
Man City, though, are getting paid essentially 10 million quid to just advertise themselves. Really, aren't
well,
they?
It is, because they're going to get 10 million, but it's going to get put in 200 countries. So their name is going into... Okay, not everyone will watch in 200 countries, but their name is in potentially the front room of people in 200 countries.
Football's mad. Football is mad. Everyone loves football. Everyone's football.
Berserk.
So
someone's doing something right at Manchester City.
They're doing something very, very
right.
Our
club needs to
you've got to start. You've got to have like little shoots and start yourself. Man City. Well, I'll tell you where it comes from. Man City's YouTube channel is the first YouTube channel, football YouTube channel, to have over 1 million subscribers. That's where it starts. If there's a message to our club, it's put your fucking fingers out, or we'll do it for you. Right? Man City. I looked on Man City to see what they're doing. They document everything. Tunnel cams.
That's what I'm talking about, consistency.
That's what I'm saying. Every single week. Fan
it.
cams when they do well, which is every week. They're documenting everything. They're giving all those fans all over the world a window into how it works. We get videos now, and Everton are getting better at it. I'll give them that. They're getting better at it. But man, there's not a consistency.
But that one, you know, the one they done before the Rouge and Better one, I think it was Everton, where it was all like Goodison and then things that are going on, then into the dressing room and then back. That should be every home game, because you don't need the manager's permission, because do it before he gets there. Have it in the tunnel when the players arrive at the wash bags and all that.
I've said this.
People love it.
I said this week, right? Without getting off topic, whoever Everton's new manager is, Everton should sit down and go, listen, this is what we do here. This is what we do. Our fans want to see what's going on. All right, we're not going to come into training and disturb you and give away. We might show stuff after the effect, but this is what we do here because our fans want to see. And they'll probably go, all right.
Well, just on that, and I know it got a bit of stick on Twitter and stuff like that last night, but West Ham showing Moyes with Obiang, I think it is, selling him. You could hear what Moyes was saying. Now, that to me, that's quite intrusive. I thought it was great, but it's also quite intrusive because...
Was he going, this is what Jags does?
Yeah, he said, you know, if you get it, just think this is what, you know, Leon Osman should do when he'd received the ball. But that was showing you what he was instructing his defensive midfield player that he wants him to do going forward. But, you know, they had it.
Quite basic though, isn't it?
It was basic, but he was out with the manager. When we see Everton training, there's always like porn music underneath it, and they're just seeing like them running and doing a bit of passing. There's no instruction.
The irony
of
of that is, without, I don't want to. This is not irony
because of West Ham.
Yeah, the irony. The irony of that is that a lot of people thought Koeman was going to go because the likes of because they all get like 15 minutes to go watch open training, and Koeman was screaming at the players, and that's when they all went, this is over. Like so Paul Joyce and that were like, this is finished. He's screaming at the players in open training sessions. You don't do that. Open training is like, hey lads, it's all good, it's all great, enjoy yourself. It's all fake, it's all put on. They're all told, enjoy yourselves. You're setting the image. Koeman was screaming at them all.
Well, we knew that a few weeks before, didn't we? Let's move on. But Man City, unbelievable the stuff they've done, and you're right, Everton should be documenting everything. Especially now, we all want to know what's going on at our club. Why isn't there a thing every day of like 100 and training and doing stuff? Why isn't there interviews every day? Why do we? It's just silence. We beat Watford on Sunday. We're filming this later in the week. Thursday, there's nothing.
You know, they're not very good.
No, but
I can't say it anymore.
You sent me a thing the other night, and then like sent me a thing about a minute later going, it's not real. But that's exactly what should have been put out by the club. But anyway, moving on. Jack Wilshere, scrappy do.
Yeah.
Is it time for them to move on?
Yeah.
Do you rate him?
No.
Actually, I don't know. I'm gonna say you might be able to take this better than me. No. I just think he's
a good footballer in terms of he's got
something.
He's got the attributes that make a good footballer. Like you do a put together, you do a put together in a machine.
Nice, okay, yeah. Robo football.
Yeah, basically. But that's about it.
Yeah.
He's what, 26?
26.
26. He's
played 25 minutes in the Premier League this season. I know he's played in the Europa
He
League.
needs to just what I would. I don't worry. It doesn't keep me up at night.
I was going to say.
What I think about it is that he is an Arsenal fan.
Yeah.
Happy days, loves it. He was at this thing last night, wasn't he, for the '89 film, which I can't wait to see.
That'll be good.
Be good.
Interesting.
Good, I'm sure the ending will be good. I think he loves being an Arsenal player because he's an Arsenal fan, and he just doesn't want to give that up. And I respect that. I understand that. But I think the game is almost left him behind.
Yeah.
I think he was stylised as like, you know, someone who could fit into like the Barca team.
Yeah.
And I think the game's moved on because I just don't think physically he can do it.
He's not fit.
I just don't think he can. I don't think he can play in the Premier League the way that Premier League players need to play, and then play the next game. I just don't think he can. I think that's just his body. It's really, really bad for him. But I think that's just the way it is. I just don't think he can play two games in a week. I don't think his body lets him. And I think a manager would just look at it and go, I can't have that.
Yeah.
So maybe he has to go and play somewhere else.
But we thought this last year. He went to Bournemouth and thought he'll play for Bournemouth every week. If he's good, he's going to tear it up, and then people will be coming in for him. And he even got dropped from Bournemouth. He went play. You know. I
just think that I think somewhere like Bournemouth would be quite good for him. But I'm not, and that's not disrespecting him. That's just saying that
they play football that way anyway, don't they?
They play football that way, but they play satty. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
He ain't got. I feel bad for him because I do and I don't.
Injuries have curtailed him as well.
Yeah.
As well
as being a bad knobhead.
Yeah,
he's a bad knobhead. Yeah, his body's just not made.
Kevin Morales squirted water in his face, didn't he?
He's just not made the right way.
Things Morales has ever done for Everton. But no, he's not made for Everton. For football, even. No, definitely not made for Everton.
Well,
imagine you'd probably get that team at the moment. England.
Yeah.
I didn't really want to talk about them because they're shit, but I'm going to. 10 players have pulled out of these friendlies. I mean, first and foremost, 2 friendlies at Wembley.
Yeah. Ching 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 ching.
Yeah, but
ching 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 ching.
It's just bollocks, isn't it? The friendlies at Wembley. There's a disconnection anyway. There is from up here. No one, don't think anyone really cares up here, do they? There's a disconnection between the national side and us. Probably worse than it's ever been. What do you do to smooth that disconnection?
We had this conversation before.
We have, but it's just because it's come back again to this, because these games, obviously the 2 friendly matches cost a lot of money. There's Jack fucking Cork is what you're watching.
Jack Cork.
Jake Livermore.
Oh, Jake Livermore. Beautiful.
Ashley Young. Who's older than me. So these kind of players, that's not what people have bought the tickets to see. You know, Harry Kane.
They're the kind of players who should be playing at Pride Park.
Yeah. No, well, it's 2 things really. First and foremost, I believe, and I know that you do as well, these games should be taken up and down the country. There's grounds. Manchester United 76,000, they're all 77,000. The Etihad's 55,000, Anfield's 53,000 or something. Stadium of Light, St James's Park. You know, there's venues up north that can can still fit a hell of a lot of people in, and also takes the England team there and gives other people the opportunity.
There's kids all over this country, from Birmingham upwards, who want that connection, or don't have that connection, and don't even know that connection exists. Do yourselves a favour. Like, apart from like a few people, you know, who we know who they are, who will travel probably from the north downwards for the 2 games, do yourselves a favour and bring one up here. It will get...
Well, you know what I find bizarre? When we were growing up, the connection was there. Well, certainly for me.
I had all the England kids. I had all the England kids when
my dad had want England to do well. The family, you'd all with your mate. It was great because your mates who were like Reds or whatever, you could watch the matches together, and that like... When I was up, there was the bitterness towards them having a good play in the England side or us wasn't quite the way it is now. So that was perpetuated to younger people going down. But now there's quite obvious a big fucking chasm between arseness about England and not. So kids growing up are just going to follow what we're telling them.
Chasm's going to get bigger.
Because we're going. Not asked about
this
England.
Country's. Listen, we know for a fact that this country's getting more and more stretched.
Yeah.
But I think one of the reasons why it was when we were kids, or certainly when I was a kid, was because...
When we were kids.
It's because...
And there wasn't much footy on the telly.
Well, that was what I was about to say. There wasn't as much footy on telly, right?
Yeah.
Tournaments were a big thing. They still are a big thing, but they were a huge thing when you were a kid.
Yeah.
But also, I don't think the pressures were... I don't think the pressure was on... You know, when you're a kid...
It wasn't like 24/7.
When you're a kid, you don't worry about your player getting into the England squad and getting injured and not being available because or getting sold because of, you know, because they come back the weekend and not fit, and the game's huge because every game now is huge. It's all ramped up to be huge. Whereas then it didn't feel like that. I mean, the games were all at Wembley then anyway, so it didn't really make any difference. Yeah. And you get highlights on Sports Night. They weren't even live, were they? They weren't even live.
But
no,
the qualifiers were live. If away from home, they were live away. They weren't live at home.
When I was a kid, all I remember was the highlights being on Sports Night.
No, a lot of the qualifiers were on live.
I know Sky took a lot, like Sky, one of the Skies.
I can remember us playing Hungary away in '81, and Dingy scored. Was it Brooklyn scored, and it got stuck in the stanchion away, and it was live because it was. And fuck off, mate. Poland was always live away. Lineker would get us out the shit in the 85th minute every time.
Maybe we were just wearing arsed in our house.
No, but they weren't all on live. It was just that it was
Sports Night,
select game over Sports Night. You would, and because you'd get Scotland the Hampden Park with them goals that when you'd score, play it stop for about 2 minutes.
Different time.
While he went in and got the fucking ball from the net. Remember how big the stanchion went back?
But I just remember, like, when Wembley was knocked down, and they were going around the country, how much better it was, and how much people felt in tune with. And I know we've done this before. People just felt in tune, and they need to bring that back because. And I don't know whether they will, because they probably look at Wembley and go, Wembley's selling out. But I just think for that connection.
No, but that's what I was trying to say. The games were at Wembley when we were growing up, but there wasn't as much footy, so you were focused on that. The connection was there. Now the connection's getting bigger. The disconnection's getting wider, and the messages we're giving younger kids as they're growing up is our club sides are much more important, so we're not ours. Of course they are, and that's what they're hearing. So as they're growing up, they're just going to be like, England, give a fuck. So you know what I mean? Now the second bit of the question, obviously there's been 10 withdrawals for this, and Jack Cork's come in, and you know, no disrespect to Jack Cork, he is what he is, but he's not the future, is he? Livermore's bounced in there, and Ashley Young, these kind of players. Shouldn't this be the opportunity where half a dozen of the under-21s who got to like the semi-final in the summer and people like that are bumped up into this squad? Because are you telling me France, Germany, Spain maybe would start getting, but Spain go and go, oh, we've lost one of our brightest players. Tell you what, we'll get 34-year-old Juan Fran from Deportivo to come in. Would they shite? They'd go and get fucking Pablo, sexy bastard, who's playing in the 21s.
Good player.
He is, he's very good. Both 2 feet. Can play off either wing. And he's also a very good number 10, that's why I haven't looking off him. But bring a few of those people who are the future, because that's what Germany did when Muller come through and all of them, you know, Ozil, and there was just a influx of these players come from nowhere because they were played in games even when they were still qualifying.
Yeah, I suppose it's a difficult one because the England under 21s are playing in a European qualifier. Yeah, so, no, I know, but that's I suppose they'll be thinking that's their career path, doing well in that tournament. But
how many of them will make it?
But then I was going to say was well, if the under 21s get bumped up, then surely the next get bumped up to them, and then the next get bumped up, and we get like under 4s playing in like the under 9s.
Well, they're good. That's how you learn.
No, but you're right. I mean, just seen the under 20s, under 20s won, under 17s won. So maybe if some of those under 20s that haven't been playing the under 21s go into the under 21s, some of those 17s go into the under 19s or whatever, and there's a succession, and there are players, obviously they're not in the age group of playing for the under, who are older than under 21. So obviously they were. But are you telling me that Jack Cork or a Jake Livermore are really gonna be England regulars? Are they? Fuck
no. Are either of them going to be in the squad? And for Russia, I don't think so either.
At a push.
Well, one might.
Yeah, at a push, maybe one. But no, you're right. It doesn't make any sense.
Anyway,
but what does?
Spent far too much time talking about England. They were absolutely shite. I just wanted to. Just for some reason, there's a fella's written LFC.
Oh yeah, in a hill.
In a hill.
In down south. I think that's all you need to know.
Yeah, I mean, what's that all about?
I don't know. Should we go down and just fill it in?
Well, I want to know why. What's it all about?
No.
Why has he done it?
Let's go down and put 2 extra lines in the L.
What's he going to do?
What's he going to do?
Go down.
Right, can I ask you one then?
Go on.
Have you heard the story about Don Garber?
Go on.
Don Garber, who is the commissioner of MLS, believes there's too much football on TV in America. Right?
Okay.
So he said he wants to have it like the NFL. So there's like only certain days of the week that has like footy on, and that's what's like ruining the game over there.
Right.
This is basically because the MLS's TV share is absolutely terrible. Like, the ratings are shockingly bad. But he's basically saying we need to stunt the access to it rather than build it up. And I just thought it was interesting because I just thought what it was basically doing was looking for an excuse for like, there's obvious problems with like US soccer. Didn't get to the World Cup. Don't think they've got to the last 2 Olympics. MLS, I think, suffering a little bit. And he's looking for an excuse, and his excuse is there's too much on TV. There's too much competition. It's been saturated. And I just think he's just looking in all the wrong places for the problems.
Totally and utterly missing the point.
And that's surely, as the commissioner, that surely isn't his. His job is to find the real answers. But all the people who are in charge seem to be like, no, not over here, not over. Yeah. No, it's not this. Oh, it's because the Premier League's on. That's what's stopping us from growing.
Because the Premier League's on, more kids will want to play soccer.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's the second biggest sport in America. And the ages between 14, I think, and 24 or something like that. So it's got huge growth potential. It just seems like it's gone a little bit stale. But they're looking in all the wrong places for me.
But I don't know. Well, why cutting it? Yeah, I understand what he's saying. On one hand, cutting it down makes when it's on more attractive. But how is that gonna develop the sport? How's that gonna make it more people want? Or invest some fucking money in some good coaches. Invest money in academies. Get kids playing it.
Get some structure.
Get something in, some kind of proper structure.
All the games are never on like at the same time every week, are they? They're always on at different times. There doesn't seem to be any structure to it at all. It's all over the place, isn't it? It's a bit of a mad shop. I don't know what to tell you. How about introducing promotion relegation?
Well, yeah.
I think that might help for the start. Having a healthy dose of competition might just help the game. Because what's happening is all these people are watching Premier League and other leagues and seeing that there's entertainment all the way through the league. Because there is a genuine sense of danger.
Something to play for.
And that's causing, and now they're starting to see that, and because they are all, you know, let's just say Euro snobs in a way, you know, they're starting to learn that the game is bigger than just playoffs, and they're getting away from the American idea of playoffs and one big winner. Whereas I think people are starting to think, no, we should have a league winner in this, and we should have a cup that's respected. And I just think he's got it completely wrong. I think he's focusing on the wrong thing. I think everyone's passing the buck in America. It's got the potential to be a huge market, and I suppose the reason I brought it up is because there is a lot of football on all our televisions and stuff, and it does impact us all. But I think it's more important in America because it's actually part of the growth of the game, and they don't see that. I don't understand why they don't see that. Like the NFL is the only show in town if you're in American football. That's why it's only on certain days, because the TV are literally telling you when you can watch it, because it suits them. It suits their market. The TV stations are telling you when you can watch it because it suits them. Oh, there's nothing on a Sunday afternoon.
It's their sport.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. So,
it's football.
Football's a global sport. It's played everywhere. People want to watch it. People want to watch the Mexican Premier League, French, Italian, Germany, because they've all got roots in those places. You can't tell people to stop watching it. MLS needs to carve its own market out. That's fine, but carve your own market out then. But that's not the that's not the problem. The problem is that you keep on ignoring the real problems and letting shady shit go on, like the Columbus Crew stuff. That's the real problems. That's why people are so disenfranchised with it. But also as well, MLS seems to, the stadium, tickets have never been so high. They're getting great. They're getting great. People want to go and watch it live, and that's a great thing. Right? That's not great for TV and stuff, but people want to watch it live. Embrace that. Make something out of that.
Atlanta, 63,000.
Yeah, Seattle the same. Make something out of that. Embrace it and make something out of it. Definitely. But please bring relegation and promotion, because your league will never. I've said this for years. The league will never go anywhere till it does that, because no one else will take it seriously. There's the idea of one winner at the end of a league season, then a cup season. Nah, sorry, it just doesn't work in football. I've said it for years. It just doesn't work. Maybe it works for you, but people will just go, this is not what I've been playing in FIFA. So,
just quickly on the MLS, obviously both New York sides knocked out. New York Red Bulls, same every year. Brilliant. Do really well. Toronto pissed the Eastern Conference this year, but New York Red Bulls are up there again. Get to the playoffs, losing the playoffs, can't win MLS Cup.
Maybe have a league season instead.
New York, they'd be living it. They'd
just be in the playoffs.
Yeah, just struggling. Them and New York City. Andrea Pirlo
retired.
His retirement this week. Obviously, just finished at New York City. What a player!
What a player! What a player!
Just unbelievable.
A player that Inter Milan let go to their rivals, and then they let go to their rivals in Juventus, and it was like, oh, he's finished. No, he wasn't. He was never finished. He was just
still playing the Champions League final 3 years ago.
Basically his last game in Europe.
Yeah,
Champions League final.
Not bad, is it? Unbelievable. And to be fair, he did do well. He wasn't amazing, but he done well enough. Certainly his first season, he was really good when he got fit and everything else. But just thought it was interesting.
Fantastic player.
He's had such a fantastic play. Just going to finish with, just thought this was interesting. Big reputations that come to England and didn't really do anything, because I just forgot about a couple that actually played here. So we're going to start with George Weah. I totally forgot. Played
Chelsea.
George Weah and Manchester City.
Oh yeah.
So played 15 games for Chelsea, scored 5 goals.
It's not bad.
And he played for basically 3 months at Manchester City. August till October, 9 games, 4 goals.
It's not bad either.
Unbelievable, isn't it? Weah, and then he done one. So there was George Weah. Next, I forgot this fella, but I used to get him on Championship Manager because he was amazing. He was classic, like 39 games.
Trebo West?
No, 39. He was 704, but he was 23. Always liked Trebo West because he bombed Liverpool. 39 games, and I'd be like 31 games, 42 goals. You'd always get him, and he went to.
Did he play for Bolton?
He did. Go on.
Jardel?
Mario Jardel. He come to Bolton. He lasted basically from August till January transfer window. He played 12 games and scored 3 goals. Yeah. He was amazing.
He was amazing everywhere else.
It was ridiculous. His goals were unbelievable. Okay, obviously we remember this one, but Ramadel Falcao came with an unbelievable goal scoring record. So Manchester United, 29 games, 4 goals, 1 against Everton.
Yeah.
Chelsea, 12 games, 1 goal.
Gone back to Monaco and ripping it up.
He's absolutely tearing it up because he was incredible at Atletico Madrid, wasn't he? Why do you think is it just the fast
injury? Well, he did that injury. Well, he did have the
injury as well, but
I think they come, especially Jardel, it's like the land of milk and honey, quite literally for him, because he was about 2 stone overweight.
He was, yeah. He was. Paulo Futre, who did he play for?
West Ham.
Had 9 games for West Ham, didn't score a goal. Branco, Brazilian fullback, came with a massive reputation. 11 games.
Smashed the free kick in against someone, I can't remember who, but he did.
He was boss for Brazil, Branco. This was one who, when they got him, I thought, oh my God, what a player. And it shook the world of football when he came. Came from Italy to a club in the northwest, 28 million quid. And you were like, oh my God, he's an unbelievable player. Baldy head, moustache, one sabre on.
Oh, so, yeah, fantastic.
He just come and was like, oh my God, he's going to be amazing. And he was alright.
Yeah, good in the Champions League.
Yeah, but it's just 83 games, Manchester United, 11 goals. Chelsea, went to Chelsea, 15 games, 1 goal. But he was like an unbelievable player.
Game was too fast for me.
Yeah, mate, I'm scrolling down, getting ready for the next one. This paragraph's caught my eye. Varane began strongly, hitting 2 goals in his first 5 games. His maiden strike was a fabulous one against Everton.
Yeah. There you go. What a shock. What a shock.
Everyone. You shite hawks.
What a shock.
Fucking horrible, aren't he? There's one. This one again, another fella who I thought, oh my God, I've seen him a few years before with his mate tearing it up in Europe. Loved Everton to get him. We were never getting him. But went to Chelsea. Shevchenko, who was incredible for AC Milan.
The owner's pick.
Although the wanker missed that open goal at 3-3 in the Champions League final. 76 games, 22 goals for Chelsea. He was a real letdown because he was one who physically looked like he had the attributes to do well in England. But when he came, he'd lost like that yard of pace, hadn't he?
Never wanted him either, did he?
No. There's another one out, my mate bought you and all of that money. Davor Suker, what a player. What a player.
For West Ham?
Did he? He ended up at West Ham. Played for he come to Arsenal.
Yeah.
40 games for Arsenal, 11 goals.
Came too late, didn't he?
Yeah. He was like...
Came up 3 years too late.
Well, he come because Anelka went to Real Madrid, he come as part of it. Played 14 games for West Ham, 3 goals. Remember that chip he scored at Hillsborough against Schmeichel? Angel Di Maria. Now there was obviously fantastic for PSG, isn't he? But player who, did you think he'd do well when he come here?
Yeah, I thought he did. He didn't want us to come to Lada.
No.
He wanted to go to Paris, didn't he? And they wouldn't let him, so we went to Man United and then to Paris.
Didn't he score his first goal against Everton?
Yeah, I would imagine.
Him and Falcao both scored.
Probably.
Their only goals.
Seems about right.
Yeah. Fernando Morientes, the man who scored up 9 million goals at the Bernabeu, come to our friends and scored in the derby as well, didn't he? I'm surprised. 61 games, 12 goals. He was slow though, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Morientes, he was like, you know,
like a bus.
But this player who was amazing, Brazilian right back, City signed a few years ago from Inter Milan, and he was brilliant. And when he got him, we were going, he's a really good signing. But his legs are gone. Macon,
yeah.
13 games he played. So just a few of them names that you'd forgot, who were like names big names with big reputations.
Didn't really do it.
There you go. Any more? throw them in. There's loads we could do. Remember the name? We probably will in the future. Thanks for watching. See you soon on Toffee TV.